Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 31st. This week, we're going to just jump right in here, and we are going to take a look at what is coming in for you at this time, Scorpio. But Scorpio, this deck is upside down. I don't read reversals, so we're just going to flip it over. But make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what is going on for you here this week. I do feel like we could be seeing some chaos in the world in general. I've done all three water signs so far. All three water signs have had the Five of Wands in their reading, and so it just seems whenever I have repeating cards, I'm only just starting out for the week, and it's just very similar. The energy has been very similar across the readings that I've done so far. So I do feel like keep your head on straight. Don't panic if there's anything weird going on in the world or anything like that. But you start off with the relaxation card. And you literally go from the moon to the star, which, could be you resting, relaxing, recovering. The strength card of patience. But it could just be more of like a break or a relaxation. Kind of makes sense, at the beginning of a Mercury retrograde, of course. But what's the next card? Freedom. Yeah, for some of you, I feel like you're dreaming of freedom, though. I don't know. I don't really feel that you have this freedom yet. This is something that you're trying to create in your life here, Scorpio, I feel. You have the moon, the star, and the strength card. I get a very dreamy vibes off of this first row here. I do feel like it is talking about dreaming here. It's almost like, I don't know if you've ever had one of those dreams, Scorpio, where it's like you feel like you're going to hit the ground and you jerk awake, right? And I get that like jerking, kind of shocking feeling, whatever you want to call it, right? While you're sleeping. And if you've ever had one of those dreams where you jerk, that's kind of like the feeling I get here. So what does that mean? It's like there's something that you see as very special to you. I feel like there's something that you see as like the ultimate wish, dream, goal, whatever you want to call it. There's something you see that as something that could make you very successful or make you very happy. But it's like there's almost like a little bit of resistance, right? It's almost like there's like a little bit of something. It's like you think about it and then, boom. Sorry about that. That was probably super loud, by the way, Scorpio. I apologize. But, it's like boom. It's something. Reality hits. Reality strikes. It's almost like you are kind of, it's like you're jerking awake before you kind of dream a little bit further. Here, I feel like this is saying you need to allow your imagination to run wild, especially if there is a certain level of freedom you desire to have in your life with that freedom card. Because it's kind of like again, you could be imagining something and then, you're like, while you're daydreaming or thinking, and you're like, oh, no, that'll never happen. That's not possible. It's like, you dream of something good, then the moon. It's like, then reality hits, And it's like, I kind of get that feeling. And this could be in any area of your life. This could be in love, in business, or whatever. But I feel like you need to realize that, I feel like you need to keep dreaming because I feel like it's going to give you ideas that'll bring you close. And it's like maybe what you are dreaming of is a pipe dream, right? Maybe it is something that you can't accomplish, although I don't think that's true. Maybe it is. But at the same time, I feel if you keep daydreaming, it's like you're going to come up with ideas and solutions that are going to bring you closer to whatever this star card is. So let's see here. The star card also says if something is possible for one person, then it's possible for you. So if someone has done something, then it's possible for you here, Scorpio. You have the Two of Pentacles, going back and forth in your head, trying to figure out like where to work, like should you put in the work into something. You have the High Priestess, a lot of potential here. High Priestess is the card of potential. High Priestess is the card of something entering into our awareness. We become aware of an idea, but it's just an idea. It's just something that has unlimited potential. There is no roof above her head on this card, Scorpio, and the fact that there's no roof represents the fact that she can accomplish great things. It is a card of unlimited potential because there's no roof over her head. It basically says the sky's the limit, or there is no limit to what you can accomplish, but you have to take action. That's the problem with the High Priestess. And then you have the Ten of Swords here with the Strength card here. This is like letting go of old wounds, letting go of things that you feel are kind of holding you back. Sometimes I think the strength of the Ten of Swords is like limitations that we put on ourselves, that we allow ourselves to be limitations when they aren't limitations. Like we could say, oh, I can never, do this because of X, Y, and Z. It's like, it's not really, I'm not calling you out for making excuses here, Scorpio, but it is like a little bit of an excuse, right? We all have those things that we think limit us. But the star card, I feel like, is a little bit of a shakeup as well. It goes Tower Star in the tarot. And I feel that the star is kind of a little bit of a shakeup because maybe you're seeing it's kind of like something is being killed here with the Ten of Swords. But I call this killing sacred cows. It's when something that you always believe to be true gets shown to you as not being true. That can be very uncomfortable because then it makes it so then you're like, well, either you feel like you wasted a bunch of time or makes it so that you actually have to go through with something. What the hell does that mean? It's like maybe you never thought it was possible for you to start a business and be successful, but maybe your dumbass neighbor starts a business and makes a bunch of money. Maybe you're like, wow, they're a dumbass, and here I am, and I never started my business, but they did, and they're making a bunch of money. So it's kind of like one of those things. It's like that's what I'm getting here, is that there's like maybe an uncomfortable truth that that pushes you closer towards a dream. Same thing in love as well. It's like maybe you feel like you can't have love, and maybe someone who, like one of your friends who you thought never would get married is getting married. I get like these kind of like shocking, not really shocking events, but like these surprises I feel are kind of being shown to you, where it's like you're being shown that something is possible. It's almost like the universe is kind of calling you out. Or I don't know if that's the right word, or it's like the universe is challenging you. The universe is like saying, look, this person did X, Y, and Z. Why haven't you done this yet? And so I feel like it's kind of like the universe is showing you things that you've always wanted and giving it to someone who maybe you don't feel is worthy, or maybe, it could be any situation. I hope that makes sense here, Scorpio, because that's what I'm getting there in that first row. I do also feel like there could be a Pisces coming in for some of you, 2 Pisces cards. Next, you have the Blessed card, so I do feel there are blessings coming in for you here. I want to clarify this. Chaos and conflict. I mean, literally, I would say if you're dealing with a Pisces, or if you have Pisces in your chart, I would definitely watch the Pisces reading, Scorpio, because I do feel that there is going to be a lot of chaos maybe going on this week, or there's some sort of chaos happening the week of the 31st, because every single sign has had the 5 of Wands. Again, whenever I have these repeating cards, to me it's either saying prepare for chaos that's about to happen in the near future, or there is going to be something that goes down in the near future. I do feel that for all 3 water signs, especially you, Scorpio. Sorry, I did this to you last week. I called you Cancer. I apologize, Scorpio. But what I do feel like this is saying is, it's like saying you need to, there could be a lot of weird stuff going on in the world, but just stay focused on yourself. You'll be fine. There are clearly blessings coming in for you. You have the 9 of Wands, 5 of Wands, and the 3 of Cups here. Some sort of celebration coming in for you here. 5 of Wands, I would be careful. Number one, Scorpio, I would be careful of any arguments with anyone you're friendly with. Could be a friend. It could just be family members, things like that. To me, sometimes the 5 of Wands can represent arguments in the home that don't need to happen. Basically, an argument that turns into something it doesn't need to turn into. So I would just be careful of that energy, because I kind of get like a little bit of a hot-headed energy with that King of Wands, but I don't think it's talking about one person. I think it's just more talking about, a situation where something gets blown out of proportion. So just like a little bit of a warning there. I would just make sure you're not like blowing up at anyone, or vice versa as well. If someone blows up at you, it might be a good time to practice forgiveness and just be like, whatever, just let them blow up. They'll probably come back on their hands and knees crying, apologizing later anyway. So, that's what I'd say there. There are definitely blessings coming in for you, but I want to see what this 5 of Wands is about. You have the 4 of Wands here. Freedom. 4 of Wands is a card of a finish line, but it is also a card of freedom. You have the 5 of Cups here, 2 5s. Like I said, don't turn in a situation into something that you're going to regret. That was like the first thing that popped into my head when I put that 5 of Wands down. I never read it that way, but that popped into my head. And I shouldn't say never, but just very rarely do I read the 5 of Wands as needing to not get into an argument, although it does kind of represent that. But, to me, it's more of a clue card when it shows up like that. And it's just a clue that says, do not, create something that you're going to regret. 5 of Cups. Do not create a situation that you're going to regret with a person later on. And again, this is like outside of love, right? This doesn't have to be in love. Could be a friend, could be a boss, could be someone you work with or something. I just feel like there could be the danger, I feel like a very zappy energy this week. That's like the type of chaos that I feel for the week of March 31st, where people could be like angry and freaking out about something, probably in the news. Right? And who the hell knows what it's about, right? And I feel that this is kind of like saying, just realize that people are on edge, and take anger and, let people off the hook, right? And that's what this is saying. You have the Hierophant here, marriage. Some of you, I would avoid conflict in your marriage, of course. So again, no arguments in the home, because you have all these marriage cards here. So if you are married, that's what that could be saying. For others, this is weird, because I am getting reconciliation in marriage. Those are the words that are popping into my head. If you are married, I don't think it's reconciliation. I think it's like, I don't think you've divorced or anything. But some of you, maybe you've been dealing with some problems in your marriage. I do feel like you could be fixing problems in marriage if you are married. For others, I do feel like it's like maybe you've been separated and you're coming back together. I don't know. This could be a good thing. I always tell, it drives me nuts when I see astrologers or whatever say, don't do something under Mercury retrograde. I'm always like, nah, we have the retrograde for a freaking reason. We have the retrograde so you can learn something. And, the whole point of the retrograde is like, people always say, don't get back with an ex during a retrograde. I say it too. And for the most part, we probably shouldn't. But at the same time, it's like, I have recently stopped saying that actually over the past 2 years, because it's like maybe you're meant to make the mistake in the first place. Maybe you're meant to go back to a person so you can learn something or wrap something up. Same thing here. I don't really get an ex coming back, by the way, Scorpio here. I get more of like if you are married, that there could be a person coming back. And, again, will it last after the retrograde? Maybe, maybe not. Retrogrades go both ways. So, but at the same time, if they come back and it doesn't last, it's probably to clear up some karma or some energy here. And I do get that for you here, Scorpio, with this Judgment card right here. For others, I feel like there's the opportunity to be very happy at this time. All the readings have been very focused on, kind of like your mindset. So clearly I do feel like mindset is going to be very important this week, and focusing on the positive is going to kind of lead to a lot more success and happiness. We do have the Nine of Swords here. It's like the ugliest Nine of Swords that I can think of. It is a nightmare. So out of all the decks that I have, this is like the ugliest Nine of Swords, right? It's like a jaw with some eyeballs. There's like some worms popping out of it as well. So I feel for some of you, you are definitely experiencing, kind of like seeing things for how they truly are. I guess that would kind of make sense to me. We have all this like Gemini energy, Mercury retrograde in Gemini as well. Gemini can kind of like expose the truth in a lot of ways, because Gemini is, kind of like the first air sign that is directness. Gemini represents a very direct energy, represents seeing things very clearly for the first time as well. So something is being shown to you here, and it's like you're kind of seeing something as a lot more ugly than you realize. You have the King of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, and the Judgment card. I'm not so sure that's a bad thing. Judgment card is like a wake up or, wake up call or waking up to something here. It's like one of my favorite people of all time. I have a lot of favorite people of all time, right? But one of my favorite people of all time, Louise Hay, she says, if you're trying to clean your house and you can't see the mess, then you can't clean up, right? And so that's like what I'm getting here. It's like the same thing. If you were cut on your arm, but if you couldn't physically see the cut, then you wouldn't be able to heal it. So it's like sometimes, we have to see a wound to be able to fix a situation, and that's kind of like what I'm getting here in this last row. It's almost like you're being given time. There could be like a wound that is brought up this week, but it's so that you can heal it, so that you can fix it. And so that's why I feel like this is, a good thing for you here. You do have the Five of Pentacles, which says do not call attention to your weaknesses. And 3 5s here. 555 could be an important number for you, Scorpio. But the Five of Pentacles says do not call attention to your weaknesses. There is an anchor in this window with those 5 pentacles, and it can kind of say that a weakness or something that you view as a weakness has been, dragging you down or keeping you stuck in place. And I feel you could be realizing what that weakness is. I get the sense that someone could be pointing this weakness out to you. So it's like now is your time to strengthen whatever this weakness is. Now is the time to heal it or go through healing or do whatever you need to do. With this energy. Sometimes we can't heal a weakness. Sometimes we have a weakness that's just a weakness, right? So what should we do? We should double down on our strengths, plain and simple. So, take it how it resonates. But I feel like maybe a person is pointing something out to you here. It could sting a little bit, like I said, if someone tells you something that hurt, could hurt, but at the same time, I feel like it's giving you the opportunity to strengthen something, right? It's giving you the opportunity to fix it. So I would definitely do that. For some of you, this is clearly in a relationship. Again, not a breakup. Like I said, I feel that for some of you, What I would say to you is if you're in a relationship, or if you have, like, if you had like a minor separation, not like a separation, but like if you had like a falling out or something, but you didn't really break up and you're getting back together, it's like if you can survive this retrograde, I feel like this row is saying you're gonna marry this person. By the way, it's like if you can survive this, you can survive anything. So I kind of get that, I get that type of energy here on this last row. Let's dig into this, Scorpio. You have the Page of Cups, definitely could be love here. Like I said, definitely could be new love coming in for you as well. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is increasing your resources. Whatever thing that you're seeing, whatever wound that you are healing, it's going to make you more valuable. Plain and simple. There's no other way to say it with that Queen of Pentacles here. It's going to increase your value, but this isn't a good way. This is in an empowering way. So it's almost like you're being empowered by seeing something that needs to be healed. Six of Wands is going to lead to future success and abundance. Damn. Scorpio, this is a deep reading as usual, because it's you. But whatever wound is being pointed out to you here, I like, having gone through the whole reading, I feel like this is the most important part, this last row. Because again, it's like you're seeing that cut. You're seeing what the wound that has been bleeding for a very long period of time. Not literally, we're talking about figuratively here, Scorpio. And it's allowing you to strengthen yourself. So I like that. I do want to, I'm too nosy. Let's just get... let's get a little bit more detail on this. You have the Two of Swords here. You need to see it. Two of Swords, she has a blindfold on, so don't be afraid of looking at this. Seven of Swords, fears. Let go of your fears at this time here, Scorpio. And the Devil, of course. So some of you are healing something that has kept you stuck, really, is what this is saying. Two of Swords, she is where she has always been, and out of fear, she is not looking behind her towards those new lands on the card. And so it's kind of like a card of being stuck and being in fear. Seven of Swords, trying to do things on your own, right? It is a card of lying, cheating, stealing, but it can also be you trying to create the perfect set of circumstances when that will never exist. The Devil is something that has been keeping you stuck for a long time, something you've been bound to. In a lot of ways, freedom, right, is what this is saying. You have the Ace of Swords. You are cutting those whatever you call that, chains. With the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is a victory coming in for you. Ten of Cups, fortune after difficulty, happiness, celebration. And the Five of Wands. Yeah, you could be like a little bit of resistant to let go of this devil energy, whatever you're setting yourself free from. So that's what I would say here. Again, I feel like the most important thing here is to look at whatever wound comes up or whatever gets pointed out to you. That is your answer. It's like the universe is like saying, hey, this is being pointed out to you because it's going to lead to something much better. And again, I know this is very general, but it's like maybe someone points out it could be anything. Someone could be pointing out a habit that you have. Someone could be pointing out that you don't work as hard as you should, or maybe someone's pointing out that you look tired or whatever, right? It doesn't matter what it is. But I feel like there's something in that. There's like gold in that situation. I always tell people, it's like the way to look at life is like we have to move a lot of dirt to get to the gold, And that's like, I'm getting that here. It's like you're going to have to sift through the dirt that someone's giving you or that you're seeing. You could be a person that's showing you this here, or it could be, just yourself. But you will find the gold. The other thing is, I feel the only other message I get here is that you need to keep dreaming. And I feel like you need to stop stopping yourself, from hitting that wall, from the jerking thing that I was getting over here. It's like you need to keep dreaming and realize that something is possible. If someone's done it, you can do it. Love it. So this is amazing. Thank you for being here, Scorpio. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Really appreciate the support. But thank you, Scorpio, and definitely enjoy your month.